All right, we're looking at 7.2. This is the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. Okay? So instead of the Pythagorean theorem and finding an unknown side or hypotenuse, you're going to prove that, yes, it is a right triangle. Okay? Converse of Pythagorean theorem, theorem 7.2, if the square of the lengths of the longest sides of a triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the lengths of the other two sides, then the triangle is a right triangle. So all it's saying is, if a squared plus b squared does equal c squared, it is a right triangle. Okay, so theorem 7.3 says, if the square of the length of the longest side of a triangle is less than the sum of the squares of the length of the other two sides, then the triangle is an acute triangle. Okay? So if the square of the length of the longest side of a triangle is less than, so let's write this out. If a squared, come on, a squared plus b squared, so the sum is less than the length of the other two sides, is less than c squared, it is acute. So this means it's right. This means it's acute. If the square of the lengths of the longest side of a triangle is greater than the sum of the two sides, so a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, it is obtuse. Remember, obtuse means big, obtuse. Do you want to sign? Make sure you sign that. Oh, it was 250. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to verify that these are right triangles. So, hold on one second. Unfortunately, I do believe this is going to disappear. But I will talk about this in a second. Right over there underneath where it's been all year.
So
Okay.
basically, like, so if a squared plus b squared is less than c squared, then you know that the angle isn't right, but it's acute.
Yes. So let's see if these are right triangles or not. Which one would be the hypotenuse? 8, 7, or 10? 10. So we've got 8 squared plus 7 squared equals 10 squared. So we've got 64 plus 49 equals 100.
I thought that.
Okay.
Works with right triangle.
We're proving it's the right triangle. We're doing it the opposite way.
Oh, okay.
So 64 plus 49 gives us 113. 113 is bigger than 100. So it is not a right triangle, it is a what? It's obtuse. A squared plus b squared is bigger than it. So if the square of the length of the longest side of a triangle is less than, no, this is
Where did you get the
acute.
113?
64 plus 49.
Oh, it's supposed to equal 100?
And if it equals, it's right. If it's greater than, it's acute. If it's less than, it's obtuse. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, okay, so the number that's on the right or the left is the one that determines whether or not it's acute.
Right or obtuse. Okay. Let's try, I'm going to skip B and go to C. Which one's the hypotenuse?
12.
12. Okay? So let's do it the other way, like it says for the theorems. 12 squared equals 4 squared plus 11 squared. If it's equals, it's a right triangle. If the square length of the longest side of a triangle is less than those two, it's acute. If it's greater than, it's obtuse. Okay? So 12 times 12 is 144. 16 plus 121.
Yeah.
121 plus 16 gives us 137. So 144 is bigger than 137. So if the square of the length of the longest side of a triangle is less than the sum, well, it's not less, it's greater than. So it is a obtuse
Because that one is the same sign, containing the same.
I'm wrong over here. Well, see, here's the difference. The way it's saying that these are the opposite side way. So it's saying that 10 squared equals 8 squared plus 7 squared. So it should be 100 and 113, and 113 is more.
How do you know which way to write it?
Always write, if you write it this way, what I'm saying to you will be right.
Even if we did that with that one?
Okay, this one, it's just saying what you have to look at is where the sum thing is, where the hypotenuse is.
Okay.
So if the hypotenuse is less than the sum, it's a cube. If the hypotenuse, which one's the hypotenuse? 144 and 137. This is the hypotenuse. Okay?
So
The hypotenuse is greater than the sum, so we know that it is obtuse.
But if we do it that way, we'll always get.
It'll
Right.
look the same.
Okay.
So the hypotenuse is supposed to be on the left side of
It doesn't matter.
But you just
I
have
want
to
you to
know.
be able to do
You
it
just
both
have to
ways.
know.
You just
Yeah.
But you
will
have to
switch
know.
it.
Yes, ma'am.
this number, and we're not going by the sum.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
If
fine.
the length of the longest side, so that's a hypotenuse, if the length of the hypotenuse of a triangle is equal to the sum of the other two, it's a right triangle. If the length of the hypotenuse is less than the sum, it's a cube. If it's greater than the sum, it's obtuse.
So that's all you have to know. You don't have to know what side it's on or not.
No.
Okay.
Let's try another one. Let me move some of this out of the way.
Can't say.
Let's do this one. Okay.
Which one is that?
This is D. E. E. Okay. Which one is the longest side?
17.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking the hypotenuse and seeing if it's equal to the legs squared, right? That's a right triangle. If the hypotenuse is greater than the legs squared, it's what?
Like you.
Obtuse.
Sorry.
Obtuse. That's okay. So this is right. Let me do this in a different color. This is right. This is obtuse. And so if the hypotenuse is less than the legs squared, then it is obtuse. Okay. So we're going to take the hypotenuse. That equals 14.2 squared plus 10 squared. Okay? So we're going to take 17.4 squared. Is this a Pythagorean triple? Why or why not?
Because it's got this one.
It's got decimals. Pythagorean triples cannot have decimals. They have to be integers. Okay? So we get 302.76 equals 201.64 plus 100. And we get 302.76 and 301.64. So which one's bigger? 302.76 or 301.64? 302.76. Hypotenuse is bigger, so it is obtuse.
Wait, what?
Okay.
The hypotenuse is the right opposite.
So you had this part first?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one's the hypotenuse? Circle that on your final part. Because this is my hypotenuse.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Is the alligator eating it? Is the alligator eating the hypotenuse?
Yeah.
Then it's obtuse. If the alligator's not eating the hypotenuse, it's a cube.
How do you know if it is or if it isn't?
Which one's bigger?
Because the alligator eats the greater.
Yeah, I know that.
That's not what he's asking.
Yeah.
He's got that part. We're good there. Okay. So if you end up with it, you've got a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? And you've got, let's say, 16 plus 25, and you've got 100. Okay? 16 30 plus 25, 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So we've got 41 and we've got 100. The alligator's eating the 100, right?
Yeah.
So I have to look back. Where did I put my hypotenuse?
Right.
Is the alligator eating the hypotenuse?
Yeah.
So what is it? Obtuse. If it was the other way around, if I had like 10 squared plus 4 squared equals, I don't know, 8 squared or something. That's not right, but we'll put 7 squared. So I get 49 plus 16 equals 64. If I get this is bigger, this is like 200 equals 64. I'm making it up, that's not correct. Well, I know this is my hypotenuse. The alligator is not eating it, so it is acute. You practice your homework a bit. Yes, you are. Okay. Let's move on to example 2. Example 2 is practice with Pythagorean triples, and we're going to see if they make an obtuse, an acute, or a right triangle. So this is good practice again.
Same concept.
Same concept. So we've got 23 squared plus 44 squared equals 70 squared. We don't really know if it's equal or not yet, though. So we get 529 plus 1,936 equals 49,000. Okay, we add those two together, and we get 2,465, 4,900. Which one is bigger? 2,465 or 4,900?
4,900.
Which one is the hypotenuse?
4,900.
Okay, the alligator's eating the hypotenuse, so what kind of triangle is it? It's eating the hypotenuse. Obtuse. Okay, I'm going to write this over here on the board. I'm more worried about you. I'm not mad. Who has my black pen? I'll take that too. All right. Okay. So we've got the hypotenuse. Oh man, never mind.
Yeah.
Sucks. Okay. Hypotenuse. If the alligator eats it, obtuse. We've got the hypotenuse. Alligator doesn't eat it, acute. Hypotenuse is equal to the sum. It is a right triangle. Okay. Let's do another one.
It's not stupid. It's just a challenge.
Okay. Let's do B. 58 squared plus 69 squared equals 80 squared. Everybody's okay with setting that up though, right? Thumbs up if you're okay with setting this up.
Yeah, the
Thumbs
big
up.
number is always the hypotenuse, right?
Thumbs up if you're okay with setting this up. Thumbs down if you're not. Thumbs sideways if you're so-so.
So.
Okay. Biggest number is always the hypotenuse, so that's always what you set it equal to on one side and the other two on the other. We get 3,364 plus 4,761 equals 6,400. We add these two together, and we get 8,125 and 64. Abby, which one's bigger?
8125.
Abby, which one is the hypotenuse?
8125.
Look above. See how you're adding those two together? Can't be the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always by itself.
It's
You see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this is the hypotenuse. Okay?
I see
Is
the one
that
above.